So, you know, even with 50-50, 50-50 is not 100-100, like it should be in the majority of instances, children with an intact home. But 50-50, you know, quite honestly, I would like to see there be more, if you want to look at it like this way, 60-60. In a sense that, you know, the child is so important, they need to see, even if parents were never married or divorced or whatever, that they can still get along. In a sense that whatever's happened, because they need to be able to see parents actually coexisting with each other. And I know not too long ago, you know, well, important events, marriages, both parents should be there. Graduations, both parents should be there. Birthdays, both parents should be there. In fact, I would even make the argument at times that, hey, if you're remarried and you have a child, maybe what you both should do, leave your new spouses at home and get together at a restaurant for the children. You know, you cannot repair certain things, but you can maybe help to create a healthier environment for children growing up to think that my parents still can get along. They love us so much that they will get along even though they've done this. Do you have any thoughts on that?
I do, and I think the paradigm is somewhat false in some aspects and somewhat credible in some aspects. I think there's really no solid definition of what exactly is co-parenting. Even among married situations, married spouses don't always get along and they don't always agree on how to raise the children. And that's something that's not seen because the doors are closed. There's no invasion of their environment. There's, you know, their disclosure and autonomy is not being invaded. It's only when in a divorce situation that things get more exposed. But going back, you know, there's the concept of parallel parenting. The ironic paradigm is, let's say that there's 50-50 and each parent, the child is with each parent approximately equal time and there's minimal interaction whatsoever, and let's say a year passes by, 2 years passes by, you know, one of those parents, if not both, is or should, would a normal range parent, so to speak, get over it and transition past their grief or whatever sentiments they had about the other parent's prior interaction. Now there's exceptions, of course, because sometimes you have such out of normal range parent that, you know, the other parent just has to always be on defense.
Well, there's no blanket answer.
There's no blanket answer, but the concept of parallel parenting is very valid, and I've run across it several times where the child has equal exposure, the parents have minimal contact, it's, you know, exchanges as much as possible or pick up and drop off at the school, you know, for extended weekends, summer thing, well, except summer. And it works out very well. You know, and then, you know, there's the, it would be nice for both parents to get along. But if you have, you know, like, you know, a stretch of time occurs where there's minimal interaction, so there's minimal to no conflict. But then when there is some mutual gathering, then there's some attempt at restriction. Well, that helps you identify which parent is still focused on the other parent, not just the child. You know, I think that parents can be influenced. You know, because going back to the comments we were talking about earlier about the relative lack of a parent, the incentives related to that, which, you know, would like to be called conspiratorial, even when there's solid documentation supporting that, that we have from governmental agencies. And, you know, this inbred, what Linda Nielsen would like to call woozling, you know, it becomes inbred because it's repeated so many times that even if it's inaccurate and a lie, it's believed, you know, that this system is what's in the best interest for kids, when in fact it's not in the best interest for kids. And there's no definite answer what's in the best interest of kids. And, you know, you have this requirement of being the best parent. Well, what about a better parent? Why does every parent have to be perfect?
Or the good enough parent.
They're the good enough parent.
Yeah.
And psychologically speaking, there is really the term, the good enough parent.
Right. Right.
That provides a good enough holding environment for the child, so to speak.
Right.
And a corrective environment, and an emotionally corrective environment.
Yeah.
So the absolute that you have to co-parent, I don't think is an absolute, and I think it's ill to no defined. It would be nice that parents just disregard their own feelings about each other and themselves and focus on, okay, what is best for the child at this graduation, hypothetically. I'm just here, it's for the child. What is best for the child, hypothetically, like for phone calls, You heard some of the representatives in the JJFI meeting, it's all about the parents, and this advert is all about the parents, and they were family law attorneys.
I was going to say, they were the family law attorneys that really shouldn't even be on the committee, should not be voting.
No, that were professing that, 2-hour car ride from Dallas is too much for a child. Well, with our son, we've gone on cross-country trips, and he thoroughly enjoys it. It's quite an adventure. And it's an adventure in parenting, too, because it helps increase the skill of the child in managing and the skill of the parent. It's a continuing learning process.
Yeah.
It's an exhausting blessing.
Yeah.